There's no real statistics in our country about the orphan and vulnerable children. However, it's estimated there's 5 million and increasing, which is almost 10% of our population. And unless we do something as society to actually change that, this is just going to escalate and becoming a generation loss. Kin Culture wants to provide home and family for these children. They want these children to grow up in a space where they are loved, where they are cared for, and where they're nurtured, and that they can actually be educated and released as economically active citizens of our country. As a family, we had different touch points in our hearts about orphan children and about community development. But in 2013, the Lord gave us direction, and He instructed us to raise children in families, in a community, where they will be raised as leaders, to establish businesses so that we will be financially independent.
So if we talk about a kin community, it's basically like a suburb where like-minded people will do life together, looking after the orphan and vulnerable children. The farm that we're currently on is in Klapmitz. This is the farm that originally we wanted to build a community on, but what we've been able to do is to actually incubate the community on this farm. So the first home with the first 4 children are based on this farm. We also have our offices, which is in the background. Our social worker also lives on this farm. And basically whatever we do that's kin related happens from this space.
Some of our proudest achievements is the fact that we actually activated a network of alternative care families.
As a family, we were actually very shocked about how many children are in institutions all around the country who don't have any family. And so it was in partnership with Kin Culture that we became safety parents and then foster parents. Our understanding of God's heart for the vulnerable child has grown even more, and seeing what an amazing thing it can be to run a therapeutic home, because these children can heal. To show a beautiful picture of God's heart by coming alongside a vulnerable child and loving them the way God loves us. It has been an amazing growing experience in our relationships with each other as a biological family, as well as our relationship with God. And seeing Him work the miracles that He does in the lives of the children has been something that's just ministered so deeply to us, and really wanting to see God do this for more children through more families.
We've just had our first foster conference, and we are in the process of launching the first World Foster Day. That's a great achievement because it will create so much activism around foster care. Just seeing the actual change in the children's lives and how they've been transformed by just having a loving family caring for them. We've got a product designer on board, and she's been designing beautiful homeware products. It's being developed and produced in communities, so skills development is taking place and employment is taking place, which is one of our community development hearts. These products are selling now throughout South Africa. We have subsequently started exporting to Europe, and there are opportunities for America. The future plans would be to acquire the appropriate land on which we want to develop this community, creating more space for willing parents than having children in need of care, and finally to do parent training for current and future parents. So how do you get involved as a volunteer? What is it that you can do? First of all, it is so important that the building bricks of what we do is prayer. So intercession is massive for us, and any prayer warrior that can stand in the gap for us is of so much use. Pro bono work like doctors, therapists, specialists, education. There are so many areas in which you can get involved. Businessmen can get involved. We are a good BE partner. We also need people to help us with writing funding proposals. So mentors around funding proposals and maybe helping to set up a funding team. There are other opportunities where you can actually get involved with the children. However, you need to go through certain clearances. And also we seek long-term relationship. We're trying to actually create stability in the lives of these children. These are all areas where we need people to get involved.